Hi, my name is Earl. I'm going through some shit. Um, my wife died on Wednesday, and I've really, I, I've experienced grief before, and I went through a 5-year cycle of not doing anything, and I can't do it again. And I wanted to find some way to honor her, and I always want to wait until I get things perfect and right, but I don't think I'm going to get that this time. So what I'm going to put out is my first version. This is iterative process. That means don't think, act, and then fix it later. I wanted to start this idea, and I don't know how far it'll go, but I want to start with the basic idea that the why behind this is there's a lot of noise in our lives. There's a lot of noise every day. And if you're listening to this video, you've probably experienced grief. And experiencing grief, you realize that all of that noise doesn't matter. And if you're quiet and you can listen to another human one-on-one, you realize that listening to their noise helps you fix your noise. Like I said, I don't know how this will go, but I had this idea that if you just had a stranger to talk something out with for the length of a free Zoom meeting, which is like 40 minutes, what could you accomplish? What could I do to put good out in the world? Because tragedy has been happening all around us. Very topical, I think it's possible I lost my wife to COVID. I don't have the results back yet. But I wanted to start this with a few ideas in mind. First, if you've never been a speaker in this new experiment, that's what you do first. And here's your job. You have to be vulnerable. You have to talk about a pain that you're facing right now. And the person on the other end is going to direct you to helping solve that problem or helping you move past it at the very least. So my process dealing with grief, dealing with impossible situations is just that, one step at a time. If you aren't good enough today, you probably aren't going to be when you're in the middle of a crisis. But if you aren't good enough today, do what you can and be better tomorrow. Think on and reflect on what you experienced and what you could do better tomorrow. And often you're not going to be able to do that without another voice. So I wanted to really highlight 4 core ideas for listeners as well. And please set up something for me. Please do this for me. I really want to see where I can take this idea. Please set up a meet with me, and you'll be the speaker. You'll tell me what you're dealing with at the moment, because ultimately I'll show you how my process for listening, and we'll be able to get together, create a consistent experience for people that just need to talk about their pain without judgment. So support the epicenter. Try to focus on the epicenter being the speaker here. The pain is focused on them. Try to focus on processing what they're talking about ask open-ended questions and ask open-ended questions and really listen, which means don't ask questions that don't pertain to what they're trying to talk about. Also, realize that grieving is multivariate and it doesn't have a schedule. The person that is talking to you is being vulnerable with a stranger, and it's a weird idea. They may have never done it before, and it's a healing process, but recognize that every healing process is different, and they don't know what you know. They haven't been through what you've been through. I've been through a lot of pain, and everybody's pain is different. Also, rule number 3, this is not a safe space. We talk a lot about politically correct and safe space. Make a safe space for your speaker and let their emotions be raw and unfettered. They might say some offensive things, but make it a place that they can speak the truth and make it exclusive to them without bringing shame. And finally, be sure that this is about healing and about the idea I had is about really connecting with people in a time where they're raw, and try to focus on bringing positive energy to them because it's when they need it the most. Myself, I found how to be positive in the darkest of spaces. This is, I'm recording this like a little over 48 hours after my wife died suddenly from who knows what yet. And I don't know if my situation will be the worst that I hear. And it's not about bringing pain into the world. It's about bringing pain to light and having someone to share that load. So if you're willing to listen to someone, know that there's going to be a chunk taken out of you in listening. But know also that volunteering for something like that might be the most fulfilling thing that you could do. And I want to create this platform to make it happen to where maybe I changed somebody's life, and it all happened through my own tragedy, that I can make the world a better place. Thank you for listening. I know that time is very valuable, and I don't want to waste any of yours. Please set up a meeting with me. Like I said, this is going to be an evolving thing. Let's see where it goes. But I wanted to do something, and I'm stuck at home. I don't know if I'm going to be able to have a funeral for my wife. And I wanted to have kids. I wanted her to be my future. And now, this is what I want to do. At least for this moment. Thank you. Thank you for listening.